I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
An Elden Ring, a game often talked about because of its difficulty. So, with this channel and video, I want to try and make builds not just a little bit silly, but can completely trivialise the game to a point where you don't even need to play remotely well. For this one, we're going with 2 pickaxes, and although there are better choices for great maces, something about beating the game like it's Minecraft is rather amusing to me. So the first thing I'm going to do is the basic limb grave run around, picking up all the golden seeds, all the sacred tears around the area. Once we've done that, we want to make sure we get a quick stop at this knight to pick up Golden Vow, and just by him you'll find the lance. We're going to need this for later. Make sure to free Alexander. We're not really using our stuff, so we're not going to need his quest at all. Say hi to D if you see him, and run down into Caled to reach this church. If you go this way, you won't spawn the invader, so you won't have to fight them. Make a quick stop at Round Table. Put any levels you get during the setup into health. Say hi to Kenneth, pick up the flask, and take this teleporter to get further into Caled. Just here to pick up some golden seeds and light some graces for later. We also want to make sure we pick up the Dectus medallion, and pick up Radagon's icon while we're here, as that'll be our first talisman, and we'll probably keep it in for most of the game. Off to Fort Hythe to grab the second part of the Dectus. While we're here, we'll kill this knight. I like Kenneth, so might as well do the start of his quest. Once we get everything we need, we'll go off into this cave. This is where we're going to farm our pickaxes. It's not too difficult to farm. I started off using the longsword, but we're better off using the Morningstar we picked up earlier. So that'll kill them in much less hits. In case this wasn't very obvious, the drop rate is quite low, so this might take you a while. I farmed for about an hour to get both pickaxes. I think I got rather unlucky, but yeah. Once you reach the stake of Marika, just run down that path, kill everything on it, and then jump in the hole. That'll respawn you back at the stake, and you can farm all over again. Just to put in perspective, each one of these deaths means I've killed 5 of them. Again, this may take you some time. There we have the first one. From here you can either keep using the Morningstar or swap to the pickaxe. I'm going to cut the rest of this and just get straight to the second one now though. And there we go. Second pickaxe. Now we don't currently have the strength stats to wield them one-handed, so we're going to use 1 to kill the troll at the bottom. You don't need to do this, I just kind of like beating them up. Any runes we get here we're going to put straight into strength so we can wield them one-handed. And into Caled, we'll couple cheesing some bosses. Our first target will be this knight's cavalry. We already got him over the edge bridge, but he doesn't seem to want to go. So we just kind of stand here, he'll go eventually. Eventually. I hope. Any day now. If this does happen to you, do not do what I'm about to do here. This very nearly got me killed. Still not gone. There he goes, finally. Anyway, putting all those runes straight into health because we don't want to get one shot. Lead up your Morningstar and start wailing on Grail. This shouldn't take too long. Make sure to pop a foul foot if she dies. And again, we're going to put most of our runes into health with a couple into strength just to boost our damage a little bit. Well, that's enough gathering. Time to kill something. We use mostly jump attacks, preferably picking our windows so that doesn't happen to us. A couple attacks should stun it, giving us a chance to either riposte or keep jumping. Or both. With not much effort, this tree goes down. There we go. I am trying to talk to Black. Go away. While we're here, make sure we pick up the stones. Drop down past the rune bear, grab this talisman. We're only going to use this between Margit and Godric while we get the jumping talisman. You don't need to help Blight here to kill Darrowil, but if you end up not liking this build, at least you'll have Bloodhound's Fang. So it was at this point that I got a little bit crazy with power and just started killing things. Took down the Tree Sentinel, Argyll, went to go help Yura a little bit, even though I'm completely incapable of hitting this guy. There we go. We definitely could level these pickaxes more, because right now they're about a +3. Even still, they're doing good damage to target, and plenty of staggers. This fight shouldn't last long. We're kind of going to speed our way through stone bales, we don't really need anything here. All we need is a jumping talisman that we can find up on this rooftop. Forget what game we're playing, think it's Assassin's Creed. And into Godric. This fight's rather easy. Again, like Margit, you can get a jump attack between most of his hits. Just don't get greedy and you'll kill him pretty easily. The second part of this can be used to get damage. You'll get 2 hits in here. And at the start here, we're going to run right up to him and just start jumping. We should get a stagger before he finishes thing. Again, keep jumping and take the riposte if it lets you. From there, he's already down to 1 hit. A couple more jumps will finish it. We can get most of our stones from the surface, but it does feel right to get them from the mines. While we're in Liurnia, talk to Raya, so we can get her hand at the top of Dectus. You can break this wall right by the classroom grace, and this will get you a smithing stone 4. Red Wolf goes down pretty easily. 4 jump attacks should kill him. So it was around this point in the video that I realised I hadn't actually upgraded my pickaxes past +4. So we'll go up into Altus, grab anything we can get here, and try and get them to a much higher level. If you're not as impatient as I am, you can do the Altus run at the start of the game, picking up even more golden seeds, sacred tears, to upgrade your flasks even further. Now, since I want to get a lot of my stones from caves, the Ruins Room Precipice is a good place to start. Even with lower upgraded weapons, my car goes down like it's nothing. Couple jump attacks and a stagger, and there it goes. After killing my car, I was kind of hungry for more magma worm, so let's take out the one in Caelid as well. Doesn't really give us anything we need, we just kind of wanted to kill it. Once we're done here, we're going to go to Celia Crystal Tunnels. It'll get us a lot more upgrades, but it does have these guys. I hate these guys. Once we get everything we need, go into the Falling Star Beast at the bottom. We have pickaxes and jump attacks, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a fight. A couple hits will stagger it, go for jumps on the head rather than a riposte, and you should get enough damage to kill it in 1 stagger. Do a couple more caves, more upgrades, killing a couple bosses for some runes. We're going to be putting everything we have mostly into health and strength to boost our damage and survivability. Once we've killed a couple of these, we can meet up and do a real boss. Renala's a pretty easy fight. Once we've taken out the sweetings, bubble pops, we'll get some jump attacks, should be able to one-cycle her. As soon as the third one goes down, drink up your physic. And just start jumping on her until she dies. At this point, do not jump into this attack. Use the Ash of War Stamp to throw her into the air, gives us a free jump attack, and 4 hits will kill her. Now for Radahn. Right back with the start to despawn him so he doesn't shoot you on the way in. If you want to make this fight easier, you can summons for it. If not, take him on one-on-one. We can spam through most of his scripted attacks to do a lot of his health at the beginning of the fight. Again, we didn't play very well here, but these weapons are so powerful that they'll stagger him even when you get hit by most of his attacks. That's why we level health after all. It was about this point in the run that I realised just how silly these weapons were going to get. This boss on my first attempt took me a very long time. This time, well, he got one attack in. Kill this guy by the Avenue Balcony Grace, he drops a room worth 50k. For Godfrey, I'm going to drop down to the underground to light the Grace, and then go straight up towards him. Now this is the first fight of the run, we can't just spam jump attacks. Use rolling L1s to get around most of his combos, and if he gives us a stomp attack, we'll punish it with a jump. He doesn't have a great deal of health, and we do a lot of damage, so he shouldn't last very long. Just make sure you keep your eye on your stamina bar so you don't run out. And don't let this fool you, this is an easy version. We have a much harder version coming up later. But before that, we have Morgoth. Now I'm just going to let this fight play, just to show you what these things are capable of. And with that down, we're going to make a quick stop at Volcano Manor, put Rykard next for his runes. But first, we have this guy. I'm not fighting him legit, just use sleep pods. Now if he does get this attack off, you can use the pillar to get him stuck. I wonder. With Rykard, we're just putting the lance in one hand, Serpent Hunter in the other, crouching L1s to beat him. We won't be here long. Now I said before, I wanted to get most of my stones from the caves if I could. However, there is a falling star beast at the top of Mount Gelmir, and as far as I'm aware, I think he counts as rocks. This one's a bit tougher than when we fought in the cave, but the same rules apply. Go for jump attacks when you can, if you get a stagger, jump on the head. Before we head on, we're going to have a quick trip around Mount Gelmir, picking up everything we missed, including that golden seed, and to bully this magma worm. While we're here, I'm going to get a friendly room bear to open up the statue, grab these stones, and we can go into the mountain tops. while we're here we find ourselves a little bit short on runes, so we're going to bully Vike. The Ash of War Stamp Uppercut will deal with him reasonably well. He won't really get an attack off, and if he does, we have enough health to tank it. Fire Giant's next on our hit list, but since we don't have any status effects, this is going to be a long fight. Jump attack at the start here, try and break his ankle. You get good RNG here, you'll be able to stagger him, and almost get him into second phase straight away. From second stage, you've got two options. Either stay in front of him and hit the hands, or if you don't want to risk it, just ride around behind him on torrent and keep wailing on that leg. If you do choose the second option, be aware it's a very long fight. However, you're mostly safe. As long as you're sticking in the back of his foot, he shouldn't be able to roll on you. Let Melina burn the tree. Take the path down into Farum, and into the Godskin duo. And no, we're not fighting them legit, we're using sleep pots. Once you've slept both of them, a couple of jump attacks should be enough to finish them. 3 for the stagger. Take the riposte, and 1 more to finish off Fatty. Exact same for Skinny, and then we just have 1 left to deal with. So sleep it as it spawns, and oh. Second try. 1, 2, and 3. Back to round table, give it a smithing stone bell bearing, and buy any stones we need to max out our upgrades. From picking up the stones in Farum and the mountaintops, we should have enough upgrades to plus 25, both pickaxes. Now, unlike the previous encounter, this guy has a lot more health, so we're not going to be able to get away with the same strat we did last time. Never mind, I stand corrected. Level up, and into Malekith. We don't get very many openings in this fight, however we do enough damage to kinda just brute force it. Anytime it gives you something that looks like an opening, jump attack him. Again, we have the health here that we don't need to play well. As long as we don't get hit by multiple attacks in a row, we should be fine. Three or 4 hits here should be enough to take him into second phase. And with second phase, dodge the first attack, second, and wail on him while he's doing his combo. And from here, we just need one more hit. I said one more hit. There we go. Level up, and into Gideon. Now sometimes he can prove difficult with a strength build. If he keeps dodging the jump attacks, we have the weapon armor to fall back on. Luckily for me, he did not. Here we are, the harder version. Similar to Shared Godfrey, we can't get jump attacks past every attack. We're going to go for mostly rolling L1s, and if it gives us an opportunity to jump, take it. As you can see here, we don't need to play well. We have the health to survive almost every attack he throws at us. Make sure to keep the pressure up through phase 1. We want to get his stance bar just about to break. So as soon as we reach phase 2, step back, hit him with a stagger. From here, take the riposte or keep jump attacking him. Level up, and into Radagon. He stands still at the start, so just keep jumping on him. You should be able to get 3. From here, keep hitting with jump attacks. If you're feeling brave here, you can hit through every single one of these attacks. Radagon down, just Elden Fish left. And I'm trying to let this opening play out. With that opening, we only need to dodge one attack. If he does the ring here, turn 180 degrees from him, and run directly forward. Jump the ring, and stop about here. He should spawn right under you. Couple more attacks. If he goes for Elden Stars here, he's dead. If you have a spare foul foot, you can use it now for extra runes. We've got a couple more bosses left to go before we finish the game. Back to the mountaintops for Nile. As he summons in, get a jump attack on the first one. 2 should take him out. Back away from the second and bait this attack. Bait this attack. Come on. There we go. roll it, and jump attack him. When he does this, make distance. Do not stay close to him. This is a stupid decision. We have the health to tank some hits, so we can stay in close and keep jumping on him. Couple hits and he should stagger. And that's him done. From here, grab the missing piece of the medallion, and off towards the snowfields. On my first run, this invader gave me a lot of problems, but now we have the power of Stamp Uppercut. Goodbye, Sanguine Noble. And Rogue's a bit of a weird one, because he's a lot of health and he hits pretty hard, so we can't afford to tank too many hits. Now at this point, I'm sure with good RNG and better play than me, to be able to one-cycle him here. If not, heal through his knee heal if you've got to pick up the tier like I did. And keep doing the same thing for phase 2. With that, level up, and in for the big dragon. Now Plassie has a lot of health, so without a status effect weapon, it's going to take a while. At the beginning we can get jump attacks, pin lightning. One jump, dodge the lightning, do it again. Phase 2 is going to be a little bit harder, it gives you a lot less opportunities to land hits. Whenever he throws a claw attack, always dodge to the right, as this should keep you safe from any breath attacks it does as follow-ups. With the monstrous damage we do, you can only need a couple opportunities to take him out entirely. After he's down, level up, and head into Ordner to do the puzzle. Once we've lit all the candles, we can get ready to run straight through the Halig tree because we're not fighting anything in there. We're going to go straight for Loretta. With the damage we do at this point in the game, we don't need to play well to beat Loretta. As long as we don't get hit by more than 3 attacks at once, we'll be fine, and we do enough damage to kill her in about 5 or 6 hits. If we land those hits. The big blue attacks in Phase 2 are a great opportunity for damage. You should be able to get at least 2 jump attacks after each hit. And with Loretta dead, Elphael is open to us. We're basically going to run past everything and just light the Grace by Melania. If you feel confident in the Melania fight, you can take her on now, but we're going to get something to make it a little bit easier. Back into Limgrave and down towards Nokron. Kill the Mimic. Light the Ancestral Woods Grace, and then run through to get the Mimic tier. We are missing a couple upgrade materials, so we're going to have to do a little bit of searching to get them. And for those, we're going to need to get into Deep Root Depths. Now I don't like fighting the gargoyles, so I'm going to go down to the bottom of the sewers instead. Once you've gracefully made your way down, hit this wall to open a secret passage. And behind that chest is another hidden wall, takes you down to Deep Root. There is a glove warp behind this boss, so we can either run through and grab it, or just kill them. Level up the Mimic tier to +10. And off we go for the final fight of the game. Once you get in some of the Mimic tier, and get to jumping on her. This fight can be a little bit RNG heavy if she decides to waterfowl a lot, but if you do get her riposte, she is going to waterfowl, so get away from her. As long as she's on the Mimic, all she'll do is heal. And with the damage we do, we can pretty easily take that health back. Phase 2 with this start gets difficult. The Mimic will probably only survive one of these AoE attacks. If you get lucky and he survives 2, use his remaining health to keep wailing on her. And for about half her health, you'll be on your own. Now I got really lucky here, and instead of doing a waterfowl or a clone attack, she went back into another flower attack. This did kill the Mimic, but we've got it low enough that we can finish this on our own. Now, since we don't have light load, if she does the clone attack, just run away. If she does waterfowl, do your best to dodge it, but with this sort of build, you can probably just keep brute forcing it until you get a run where she doesn't use it. With Melania put down, that's the entire game finished. We missed a couple optional bosses like Forge Sacks and the Gargoyles, but again with this build they'll go down pretty easily.
Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Guess that's all I've left to say is if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.